Welcome to week 1 of your home practice guide. Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to bring you a series of exercises you can do from home to work on your golf game, and also some technique improvements as well that you can do to make sure you improve your swing and get ready for the season. So exercise week 1 is all about improving posture with a simple exercise to help you avoid lower back pain and get in the correct positions at setup. Exercise number 1, this is all about learning to hinge at the hips. And the reason why that is important, because a hinge is the exact position you are in at setup every time you play a shot and you set up to the ball. So most people struggle with posture, they got backache, shoulder ache, and that comes from being in poor spinal positions and not using the hips enough. So we've got the foam roller here as a prop, but this can be a pillow, a head cover, a football, anything you've got at home that you can give a squeeze. We're going to do this exercise on the side of a wall, so you need no equipment. Everyone's got a wall at home, and this is how we will start. So with my foam roller, I'm going to place it between the thighs like this. So not on the knees, make sure it's on the spongy part of the inner thigh, and you're going to give it a squeeze at about 5 or 6 out of 10 in terms of pressure. So just enough that I couldn't take it away from you, but not a death grip. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to place my feet around about hip width, maybe just slightly outside, and my hands are going to come onto the wall. And this is all about using the pelvis, opening up the hip sockets and getting some air into these areas to allow better positions. So hands come on the wall about shoulder height. And to begin with, we just take a breath in and out. So in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth, and just feel the rib cage settle down so all the pressure comes out of you. From here, all I want you to do is just a gentle squeeze again on the roller and slide the hips backwards this way. So you're pushing all the way back, you can feel the hips push away from you. You might get some lengthening and stretch here in the back of the hamstrings, and maybe a little bit of tilt upwards from the pelvis here where the pelvis has moved forwards. Keep squeezing the roller and you're going to start to straighten yourself back up tall, and the belt buckle comes back up towards the chin this way. So as a full rep, it looks like this. So things to avoid with this exercise, and number 1 is bending the arms at the wall. So we're not bending like this and allowing the chest to fall forwards. It has to be a lengthening of the hips going backwards. And in order to do that, the arms must remain straight. Second thing is the foot position. No lifting of the heels and no lifting of the toes. We're trying to keep the weight centralized on the floor and make sure that the angle's changed by pushing the pelvis backwards. Avoid those 2 things and you'll do this exercise correctly. So this is exercise number 2 for week 1, and this is all about strengthening the glutes and the hamstrings and making sure the pelvis is in a good neutral position. So this is what we call the glute bridge, and all we need is a little bench, a coffee table, a sofa, the bed, anything that you've got to rest your feet on. And the first thing we're going to do is set ourselves up in a 90-degree angle. So we need the heels pressing on top of the bench and the toes pointing upright. And it's really important that you keep those angles throughout this exercise. So make sure the toes don't flare, we want them nice and straight. Secondly, we use the roller and we place it in the exact same position as exercise number 1. And then all you're going to do is lie flat, press the heels into the bench until you feel your hamstrings, and then lift the hips up around 2 to 3 inches off the floor. Hold for a couple of seconds and then you'll bring yourself back down. Just pause and repeat those reps